Hey guys, welcome back to the Wild Wrestling channel. I am your host, Seth. Today, I'm going to be sharing my experience from WWE Heatwave this past Sunday. Because I was there, so I'm going to be sharing my experience with you. So let's hop right into the video. Play the intro. First of all, I'm not going to do a whole deep dive into everything and my review on the matches. This is more just going to be, I was there live, so I'm just going to talk about what I saw of the show and how I enjoyed it from where I was sitting. So the first match was Lola Vice, Jada Parker, and Kalani Jordan in the Triple Threat #1 Contenders match. I had a great view from my seat, and I really enjoyed this match. They were running all over the place. It might have been a little hard to see when they were on the floor, but most of the match, I was able to see them most of the time. And it was definitely, I saw all that chaotic action. It was a really good match. And Lola Vice getting the win was definitely cool. She was definitely loved by the crowd as everyone was there. Me, personally, and a lot of the crowd, we all were chanting for Jada Parker. But I think Lola Vice, it was really big. And we also heard I also heard a lot of Kalani chants, which was different. So Lola Vice might have been more the underdog, but I think people are still happy with her getting the win there, and I really enjoyed this match. Next up was Dark State versus Hank and Tank for the NXT Tag Team titles. This match, I saw them all come out, and this was really cool for my seats. There were definitely a lot of Hank and Tank fans in there. Nobody there really liked Dark State. Me, personally, I was a Hank and Tank fan. I had a Hong Kong sign. That was double-sided. I had a Hong Kong sign, and I was really enjoying the match. There were a lot of crazy spots in it, and the crowd definitely popped for Hank and Tank. Whenever they looked to get the win here, the crowd was definitely on their side, and whenever Dark State tried to interfere, the crowd was definitely against them. But I thought this match was also really good. Dark State winning, I thought would happen. They were just, at this point, I don't think they could have suffered a loss here. They should have gotten the win here, which was good, even though I still love Hank and Tank. But I thought this match was really good. The crowd really liked it, and this was another good match on the show. Next up, we had Ash Vial against JC Jane and Masha Slamovich in the Triple Threat for the TNA Knockouts World title. The crowd was very split on this match. Everyone came out, and we all saw them at ringside and in the ring, and it started off hot, and all the action was great that I was seeing from a seat because I had a great view, like I said. Probably should put up the view here at some point. I'll probably do that now if I haven't done it earlier in the video. But this was a great match. The crowd was very split, where a lot of people wanted JC Jane to win. A lot of people were rooting for Masha Slamovich. And there were still a couple people who were there for Ash Vial against. And this was a good match. There were a lot of interferences, and I think everyone was, it definitely made the crowd be very hyped up and not really knowing what to expect. And actually there were a lot of people, because there was a guy sitting behind me, there were a lot of people actually rooting for the Iceman, the personal concierge. There were actually a lot of people rooting for him for some reason. And that was funny. But Ash Vial against getting the win is definitely cool to get the title back on TNA. A lot earlier than I thought, but still, it's good that the title's back in TNA, and this match was also very good. Next up, we saw Blake Monroe take on Jordynne Grace. If you watch my Instagram, I posted a whole video about watching it. I have a bunch of clips from it. If you go on my Instagram, there's a whole video about that. Of not me talking about it, but there's a whole video of me watching it from my view. This match was honestly really good. There were a lot of cool spots in it. Like at the beginning, the steel step spot, Mariah May swooped off and bounced Jordynne Grace into the steps. Later in the match, Jordynne Grace picked up Mariah May on the top rope and delivered an avalanche powerbomb, which the crowd was definitely, it was kind of, I couldn't really fully tell. It felt kind of split between Blake Monroe and Jordynne Grace, but all the spots, definitely, the steel step spot, especially the powerbomb spot, that all definitely got big reactions. And Blake Monroe winning. I had Jordynne Grace personally, but if they're going to continue this, it makes sense. But also, I think Blake could also use the boost, so it makes sense too. But this was also another very good match. Next up, we had Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, the standard, Canadian Standard of Excellence versus Tyra May Steele and Tavion Heights. This match was interesting, and I'm going to probably put a video in here about it because The crowd was so on the side of Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. I don't know if it was on the actual broadcast, but everyone was chanting. So we were all chanting so much for Chelsea Green and Ethan Page. And then Ethan Page goes to the ringside and says, "It doesn't matter how much you chant, we won't give you citizenship." And the crowd still erupts. The crowd was erupting no matter what for Chelsea and Ethan. And Chelsea was kind of savoring it in. And Tavion and Tyra were kind of confused. They were trying to get the USA chant going, and only a couple people were doing it. But especially, and I'm going to put the clip in here, there were so many people chanting for Chelsea Green.
Chelsea! We want Chelsea!
But honestly, this was another great match. Like I said, it was very different as so many people were on the side of the Canadian Standard of Excellence compared to Tyra Steele and Tavion Heights. And the Canadian Standard of Excellence got the win. So this was all an excellent match, and the crowd definitely really enjoyed it. And the main event, Obafemi and Javon Evans for the NXT Championship. Man, let me tell you, this match was a banger no matter what. And it got the crowd hyped. They did the stuff they needed to do. The entrances were awesome. Everyone was vibing out to Javon Evans. Everyone was participating in Obafemi's entrance. It didn't matter where you were sitting, if you were ringside or if you were in the balcony, you were hyped for this match. And this was awesome. A great match. It started off a little slow, but definitely picked up very quickly. Many great spots here that everyone didn't know. Was Obafemi going to win? Is Javon Evans going to win? And the second Javon Evans hits some German suplexes, that stuff, and the cutter, and we think he has it in the bag. 1-2, but the original ref sees Oba's foot under the rope. You can see it on, I actually didn't post this on my Instagram, but I have a video of me, and I literally started cheering as if Javon Evans has won. I lost my mind as if Javon Evans won, and then it took me a sec to recognize that the match was still going on. And sure enough, that crazy spot where Oba threw him out of the ring, through the table, and then hit the fall from grace to get the win here. And Oba retains, this was an awesome match. And like I said, the crowd was definitely the crowd was definitely hyped for this whole match. I mean, there were just so many spots, and like the second, the ref you suck chant were going after the ref messed up. And I mean, this was an awesome match for everyone, and Ricky Saints going out at the end definitely got people hyped for that in the future. He got a big pop, and even after the show went off the air, when he was leaving the ring, he got some big pops there. And this show was definitely awesome. Such a great show. Heatwave is awesome. I loved going to it. The crowd is awesome. And this was my first NXT show, and it was awesome. And yeah, this was such a cool experience. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you enjoyed this video, and turn on that bell so you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.